This week, a creator on TikTok began selling their own special homemade dipping sauce, and it got extremely popular, not only on TikTok, but across the entire internet. It's called pink sauce, and it became a sensation because it's so concerning. Even just its appearance is alarming. It looks like runny Pepto-Bismol. It looks like Majin Buu donated blood and it got turned into dipping sauce. It looks like the paint they use at glow-in-the-dark mini-golf courses. It just doesn't look fit for human consumption. And it turns out it's not exactly safe to eat. So let's get into it because this is a wild rabbit hole. So TikTok creators started making these posts promoting the pink sauce, and then it eventually went up for sale for people to buy. And right away people noticed something was really peculiar with the bottle because it said there were 444 servings per bottle, which is obviously wrong, unless of course it's just the smallest serving sizes of all time. Like one tiddlywink of sauce is all you're supposed to consume before you like actually die from it, like cyanide. And not only is like some of this shit on there mislabeled, but some of the ingredients are misspelled. But the thing that really stood out to me is one of the ingredients in the sauce is milk. And this is shipped over state lines, and it's packaged in just these baggies, like these small bags. There's no like the ice or anything to freeze it, no dry ice to keep it cool. So you're just getting shipped hot milk. Also, there's no preservatives in it. So it has nothing to keep it stable. There's no way it survives the shipping process intact. It just becomes unedible. There's no shelf life here. The second this thing leaves a refrigerator, it's on a tight clock. You have maybe like 1 good hour with the pink sauce before it just turns to nuclear waste. It's just a disaster. So no doubt by the time you receive your pink sauce, the milk is already spoiled. So you're basically just buying poison. Like fundamentally, this is the Tide Pod challenge all over again, but in a bottle. By the time it reaches you, you've just got yourself like a goddamn container of rat poison. You may as well just go down to your local Walmart and just get a can of Raid Wasp Killer and start chugging that, or dipping your chicken in that. You'd get the same flavor out of it.
Need to talk about pink sauce and why a lot of people are concerned for the people that have bought this sauce from the lady that makes it on TikTok, because the hue of the sauce keeps changing. Every photo, every video, the sauce color looks different. And also she doesn't describe what it actually tastes like. I don't know if it is to promote it, get people to buy it just to see what it tastes like, but she will not describe the taste. She says it's because she cannot describe the taste. I've been hearing it kind of tastes like ranch, not exactly ranch, but basically ranch.
I think it's important to note that the pink sauce that they're eating in the TikToks is probably safe. Like that was probably refrigerated and kept at the proper temperature so that way it didn't just turn into a bottle of rancid sludge. But the pink sauce people are receiving are the bottles that were just shipped through the mail in the hottest summer on record. So I think they're getting a very different sauce here. So they're probably fine in the videos you're seeing. But if you're one of those poor souls that ordered this, I mean, Godspeed to you. You're gonna really be training your immune system, have that shit working overtime, because this is a recipe for disaster. Like, this shit seems like it would give you botulism and COVID at the same time. Also, fun fact, I decided to look into this a little bit more, and a food safety expert weighed in on it, and actually confirmed what I was just joking about, that you can actually get botulism from this product. Imagine paying $20 just to get murdered by some viral sauce you saw on TikTok. This shit is just basically paying $20 for an assassin in a bottle.
Now that people have purchased it and received it, they're noticing that there's a lot of stuff that's really sketchy with the bottle. The nutrition facts seem to be off. It says there's 444 servings. Some of the ingredients are spelled wrong. The website also just seems so poorly put together. Like, what is this? Why does it say this? It's literally like $20 for a bottle, and a lot of people are now worried that this creator is going to be facing a lawsuit.
Yeah, if people keep reporting that they're getting violently ill from the pink sauce, I think there probably is grounds for a lawsuit. But I also think it's entirely their own fault for being stupid enough to buy sauce from a complete stranger on TikTok.
The sauce was also arriving in the mail in these bags. They were not like boxed up with bubble wrap, and we're talking about liquid sauce here. So obviously some people were receiving them literally exploded. It's honestly so sad. I'm really rooting for small businesses, but when it comes to food, you need to be careful with what you're buying and the safety and everything.
I see a lot of people putting the focus on the wrong thing here with the shipping, talking about how it would always spill and all of that. And while it's true, since it was packaged so inefficiently. The spilling should be like the least of your concerns. That's a blessing. If all of your pink sauce spilled into the box, that means you can't consume it, which means you won't die from it. The most important problem is that they shipped it without any like refrigeration to keep it cool. And if the ingredients are accurate, there's no way that that can get as hot as it would during transit to get to you. Like, by the time you get it, it is no longer safe to consume. So, yes, it is true that it was packaged so poorly that all of them spilt. Like, here, I'll show you a couple more videos. Pay attention to, like, the color, too, and also look at how they always, like, arrived spoiled in most of the videos.
Damn, look how fat the bottle is. That's crazy.
I can't even respond to that. I'm just gonna let that one fly right on over. I'm gonna let that one fly.
Didn't even, like, actually arrive pink. Just ooze. Just revolting slime. Now, the creator of it did respond and posted a video about it, but it's not exactly a good response, and she just chalks a lot of it up to being a small business and new to it. But when you're selling a product like this, you're literally being entrusted with people's lives. You know, like, they're trusting you not to give them foodborne illness, salmonella, botulism, you know, all of that. So it's kind of hard to just be like, oh, it's just a small business, they're learning. So what if a few people have to die for them to get the pink sauce right? You know, it's not exactly, like, super excusable if you ask me.
Time to acknowledge the elephant in the room. So I want to start off by saying, number one, my apologies. I'm only human. I'm not perfect. The grams got mixed up with the serving size. There's 444 grams of pink sauce inside of each container.
So she starts by addressing the 444 servings thing, saying it was just an honest mistake where grams got mixed up with the serving sizes and that it was being fixed, so all the labels going forward would have the proper serving size.
This is a small business, y'all. We are working to try to get the price mark down on the pink sauce. I want to also say I appreciate y'all for supporting me, for spending $20.
She also mentions they're going to work on getting the price down, but again, I don't think there's any price you could pay me to even take a single lick of a spoon that was even anywhere near a pink sauce bottle. This is just an absolutely horrible, horrible venture, and I don't know how people actually bought it. But anyway, let's see how she addresses, like, the actual safety concerns of consuming it.
Yes, we are following FDA standard. However, we are currently in lab testing. So once we go through lab testing, we will be able to pitch to stores to put the pink sauce in stores, and we're so excited about that.
Good news, they're still in the lab testing, and you all are the guinea pigs. So they'll be able to see what the fatality rate here is on the pink sauce and be able to fine-tune it to be an even deadlier weapon in the future, I guess. They don't address the actual safety concerns of it, obviously, but I would have at least liked some insight on refrigeration instructions, like, why does it get to you discolored and fucking hot? It gets to you like molten lava when there's ingredients in there that shouldn't get to that temperature. So yeah, that's where the pink sauce rabbit hole wraps up. I hope no one's gotten extremely sick or have died from it. If they did, it would actually genuinely be their own fault. They'd have no one to blame but themselves. This is an entirely avoidable illness here. You don't have to be exposed to the pink sauce epidemic when it's very clearly not up to FDA protocols, it's not regulated, and it's not been done responsibly. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because this was a pretty wild one. That's about it. See ya. Pink sauce is just the gift that keeps on giving, and I don't mean in the way of foodborne illness. I mean this story just doesn't end. I think the story of pink sauce and the pink sauce lady, her name is Chef P, I think this will be taught in classrooms across the world for years to come as a how to start a business out of a biological weapon, and then also how to ruin your business. Chef P has legitimately done everything wrong when it comes to being an entrepreneur. Every mistake you could make, she made, and then some. She invented new mistakes that the world didn't even know were possible, such as her initial food labels on the pink sauce having absolute gobbledygook on it, nonsense, just a catastrophe, really. And now we have a very sad update in this story. Real quick, just to give you the lore breakdown in case anyone's forgotten, because I know it's been like 8 months, and on the internet, that is prehistoric, so maybe a lot of people don't remember this. But pink sauce was started on TikTok by a creator named Chef P. She made it in her kitchen and posted videos with it. It was just this vibrant pink Pepto-Bismol looking sauce that she started selling, and people went crazy for it. Everyone was buying it, and she was shipping it from her house. And since she was shipping it from her house, she didn't take any real safety precautions with the food, and the ingredients on her sauce contained things like raw honey and milk. And she was transporting it over state lines in hot temperatures, meaning when it got to customers, it was vile, revolting, radioactive sludge. And people started posting videos of opening their pink sauce in excitement, and what they got was shit that looked like this, looking like a bloated corpse out of a sarcophagus, looking like some kind of festering scab. Chef P was basically Oppenheimer, and this was her bomb. It was waging war on the gut, the tummies of everyone who bought this, because it wasn't safe to consume. It really wasn't. So she faced a lot of backlash. The internet started clowning on her. She even had a very famous speech that she gave on TikTok Live, where she said, "What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical supplies." And it only got worse from there. She eventually went on a talk show from a host named Karamo, and she confronted one of her critics, and it was a very sweet lady who made a TikTok a little concerned with the pink sauce because she found like glitter in it and all the things she was seeing. So she sent the pink sauce to a lab to be tested, and on the talk show, the two of them got together, and Chef P made herself look like the biggest possible asshole. She was unbelievably rude and disrespectful to that lady who was just testing the pink sauce to make sure it was safe, and that lady was extremely polite, extremely nice. And Chef P was just ruthless and mean and nasty, and it turned everyone even further against Chef P. But then, out of nowhere, with one of the most unexpected, shocking plot twists the world has ever seen since the Darth Vader, Luke, I am your father moment, it was revealed with a big statement that pink sauce had just been acquired by Dave's Gourmet, which is apparently a very reputable, big brand that was taking pink sauce even amidst this massive disaster. Like, it was legitimately a danger to consume. Dave's Gourmet came in and said, "We want it." So, Dave's Gourmet acquires pink sauce with, I imagine, a very hefty payday to Chef P, and they start producing pink sauce themselves in like an FDA-approved facility, and they start selling pink sauce in 4,000-something Walmarts across the country. And based on everything Chef P was saying, sales were great. People were super excited. But it doesn't seem like everything was all sunshine and rainbows and daisies, because apparently that deal soured, and Chef P has recently come forward with a GoFundMe alleging that Dave's Gourmet never actually paid her the royalty she was owed, and it was actually a terrible deal. They were an awful, evil group. She never actually explicitly names Dave's Gourmet here, but that is the brand that acquired her sauce, so most people, myself included, believe that she's referring to them here. And it's become a very wild situation, because she's saying that she is completely broke now. I went over most of this story on stream, so I'll show you those clips, but real quick, I want to give a huge thank you to everyone that's been coming into the streams. I've been doing them on YouTube recently, and it's been amazing. I've been absolutely fucking loving the YouTube streams, so I just want to say huge thanks, because it's been really hype. It's been so much fun. So I'm going to keep doing YouTube streams, and here's some clips from it, and then I want to go back in and talk about it a little bit more because I've read more into it now since the stream. Did you see the pink sauce lady made a GoFundMe? Matt just sent me that. I was going to read about that. The pink sauce lady is claiming that she is broke. I don't know how that's possible, considering she got a big payout from Dave's Gourmet or whatever it's called. Bill's sauces, I forgot. I think it's Dave's Gourmet. I think I got it right the first time. So I don't know how she could possibly be broke now. She's claiming it's a faulty deal, I guess. I don't even have enough money to buy my kids food. Veronica, Chef P was all over social media last summer thanks to her viral pink sauce condiment. It was bottled botulism. And it did pop off. That much is true. The bubblegum-hued condiment was a concoction that Shaw devised in her kitchen while working as a private chef in Miami, often finished her TikTok videos by slathering whatever she cooked in the mystery pink sauce. Although Shaw never revealed the sauce's ingredients, her followers demanded it, so she began selling the sauce for $20 a bottle, which quickly sold out. As orders quickly came in, the backlash followed. Customer complaints about inadequate food packaging and alleged contamination began to damper the hype around the viral sauce. What an understatement. She was shipping biological weapons. All of the ingredients that were listed on there, minus the chemical X of her secret formula, were all highly insufficient for long-distance transportation in hot temperatures. It was a disaster. Truly. Which I think helped propel it into the mainstream even more. The most significant blow was when Shaw went live to address followers, questioning if her sauce was FDA approved. She responded, "What do you mean FDA approved? I don't sell medical products." In January 2023, Delish announced that Shaw had partnered with Dave's Gourmet. The condiment company added pink sauce to its portfolio, selling it on Walmart.com and in 4,000 locations nationwide until July. Which was a shocking development. Because again, this got so big because it was basically shipping poison. It'd be great for assassinations, but as for actual sauce, probably not wonderful. We actually did buy a bottle of it in order to see how yucky it would be. Not to taste it, but to like put it to the test, like take a Geiger counter to it, see how radioactive it is. See if it could be used to take the paint off of one of our cars due to like really high acidity or something. See if it could replace acetone. But we never ended up doing it. On August 17th, Shaw took to her Instagram announcing the launch of her GoFundMe page and asking for financial assistance. She alleged that a partnership left her in financial ruin. As a young entrepreneur with big dreams, I followed my intuition and went forth toward my dreams to create something new. I made a few mistakes on the way, which led me to trust a company that is trying to take everything away from me. They lied to me. They are not paying me, and are not being transparent about records. I have tried on multiple occasions to try and come to one accord with them, but they refuse to reimburse me for marketing expenses that I spent my own funds towards. I don't know enough about Dave's Gourmet, but there are tons of shady companies that'll take advantage of young people selling shit, give them the worst deals ever. She then claims that she was silenced and sabotaged. She does not name said company in the video or social media, and she wrote that it has been difficult for her to care for and feed her children. I don't know how that's possible, though. Even if she did get the worst deal of all time from Dave's Gourmet, and I'm assuming that's the company she's talking about, because that's the one that bought her pink sauce concoction, that alchemy, I don't know how she would lose all of her money on it, considering Dave's Gourmet picked up all of the production costs. And it's not like it takes a lot of money to go live on TikTok and say, hey, my sauce is in Walmart. So how the fuck did she lose all of her money? I don't see where it goes here. Unless there's like some clause in the deal she signed with Dave's where he has access to her bank account or something. I work at Walmart and they advertised that her sauce was in the store. Yeah, no, it had a big marketing push when it made it to Walmart. Which is why I'm saying, again, like, it's not like she paid for that. That would have absolutely been on Dave's Gourmet. So I don't know how the fuck she lost all of her money in this bad deal. I need legal help. They are refusing to pay me the royalty that is owed to me. I don't know what else to do. I can't give up. I need help. But I just don't know what marketing expenses she endured. Again, it's completely free to go live on TikTok or post Instagram videos about your sauce. Cost no money. I've been silenced and financially sabotaged. I'm a single mom and do everything for my kids. Right now, I don't even have enough money to buy my kids food on my own. My mom is on disability and has been giving us $20 just to get by on a daily basis. School is a few days away. I haven't been able to get my kids clothes or anything. I'm currently facing an eviction that has gone into default. The sheriffs can come to my door any day now. I need legal help. They're refusing to pay me the royalty that's owed to me. I don't know what else to do. I can't give up. I need help. Horrible story to hear. Assuming it's all true, that's awful. Sorry to hear that, Chef P. She got a big payday in order to just sign with Dave's Gourmet. How the fuck did it all fizzle up? Whoa, she wants 100K. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Wait, what? 921 raised of 100K goal. Holy shit. So after doing a little more super sleuthing in my intense investigation and research on this topic, I have come to the enlightening conclusion that this shit is not adding up. I still cannot figure out where all of the money went. I don't know how she ended up completely broke, allegedly. Like, I don't know how that happened, because from everything I've read here, she was no longer footing the bill for the production of pink sauce. It was now completely off of her plate, so that financial burden was eased thanks to the Dave Gourmet acquisition. And all of the marketing she was doing was Instagram posts and TikToks. That's free. That costs no money. So I don't know how she lost all of her money in this Dave's Gourmet deal. Now, I do have no doubt that there is a chance it was a very predatory, very shady, disgusting contract, because that does happen in the industry, across every industry. There's tons of evil corporations that are going to swoop in and try and take advantage of people that don't have a team behind them that'll advise them on, you know, looking over the contract and all of that. And it seems like she didn't have anyone look over the contract. So maybe she did really get taken advantage of here and exploited by Dave's Gourmet. But all of that would be off of the sauce itself, like off of its profits. I don't think that would come from her bank. Like, I don't see how Dave's Gourmet contract could somehow take money away from her. It would only just not be paying her what she's owed, which is something she does explicitly say, that Dave's Gourmet hasn't paid her what she's owed in the form of, like, the royalties from the profits of pink sauce. But I don't see how this could have, like, drained all of her finances and left her in such a desperate, sad position. Like, this is awful to read about. I just don't know how the contract could have done that, unless the contract is on, like, some next level evil shit where Chef P agreed to pay for everything involving pink sauce and Dave's Gourmet just put it in Walmart or something. But that'd be the worst contract of all time, and I don't think anyone would have ever signed that. So I don't think that's the case. It is important to note that Chef P does have a history of lying. She lied about everything in regards to pink sauce from the very beginning. She was lying out of her ass on the talk show, so a lot of people aren't really even believing a lot of what she's claiming here because of her history of lying about everything. So the whole situation is just horrible. And another thing worth consideration as a possibility is maybe Chef P is just a little off on how well pink sauce is performing. It has been a long time since anyone has given a shit about pink sauce. No one's fucking uttered a peep about pink sauce in like 8 months. And it was a product that was entirely hype driven. People were curious and wanted to try it, and then they tried it. Maybe they got violently ill, perhaps, you know, or just extremely scared to consume it. So obviously they're not going to try it again. So it being in Walmart doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to do well by default. It was always ever just a wacky product that people would try as a meme or just out of pure morbid curiosity. So I think there's a very good chance that pink sauce is just actually not selling at all. And Chef P thinks that it is and thinks that she's owed money that this pink sauce is just actually not making. So maybe Dave's Gourmet has no profits to even share with Chef P as part of their contract because everyone's lost interest in it. I don't know. This whole situation is very odd and peculiar, and I just wanted to go over it. So yeah, anyway, that's about it. See ya. Pie confronts online critic over her viral pink sauce. You mean the entire human race who criticized it? It wasn't just like one critic. So they just bring in one critic here to attack together? That was the dunk?
Y'all know pink sauce from TikTok, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So says her online business quickly went downhill when her social media followers and customers turned on her. Everyone, welcome Chef P to the show.
You shipped poison. Like, this wasn't like cancel culture or something. You shipped actual hazardous material. You shipped sludge.
Well, tell me about the... But you weren't ready for it.
No.
Did you have a negative response from your customers?
Yes.
Why?
I made a mistake.
What was the
There
mistake?
was a packaging mistake. So initially,
That was the only error.
someone who received the first order was someone that I knew personally. So she called me. Contact each and every customer. We contacted everyone directly, meaning single emails, and let them know, hey, the shipment got damaged. We're aware of this. We will either refund you or send you a brand new bottle of pink sauce. Hey, we care. And
You handled your business like a
Yes.
boss. She was like, I made a mistake.
That's the-
I'm going to rectify it.
What?
Okay.
No,
So how do you know?
what? I'm unfamiliar with this guy's talk show, but what the fuck? No. What? she's addressing like the most minor issue with the packaging, as opposed to the shipping harmful ingredients without any refrigeration. Fucking raw honey through hot mail, wrapped up in fucking crunchy paper. It's botulism to go. It's a to-go order of botulism. Jesus Christ. Fucking milk and honey.
Things about you.
Yes.
So this one mistake of packaging with your pink sauce.
Yes.
Oh my God.
People creating exaggerated stories about your product. About
Does this guy know at all what this is even about? How clueless is he? He thinks it's all just a packaging mistake? That, oh, the calories were wrong and the servings were wrong or something, or the ingredients were misspelled. Is that all he thinks it is? Yeah, the comments are absolutely against her too.
And I feel like I'm leading an inspiration to them. You can do whatever you want to do. You know, you put your mind to that and you do that.
What's making you emotional?
That was a good question. Yeah, why are you getting emotional? Like, you have not been pressed on anything right now, by the way. This guy has tossed you an absolute birthday cake of a question. Oh, you had one packaging mistake, and now people hate you for it. Which isn't at all the case. Like, this is very silly. Like, this is pretty bad. I'm assuming this guy did absolutely no research on it, or I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that that's the case, but there is a chance that it really is just ignoring that on purpose for some reason, and I don't get why.
I created this sauce for fun and food.
What I appreciate about
I'm sure the sauce was fine in person.
Is that I know that we're talking about pink sauce and this is fun, and
But you can't ship it
but
like
this
that
is what I mean when
and
I
ignore
say
all
social
regulations.
media has these.
The aftertaste, I'm not messing
Jesus
with.
Christ, they
It's
actually
like
ate
watered
it.
down ranch. It's not bad. Definitely not worth $20 a bottle. But we support small businesses. I don't know if she's fixing things or not. That's not
Is this
my
even a
problem.
critic? This is like a paid shill at this point. That was like an actual just hashtag ad. That's like the best review possible that you could have gotten for that product.
Something is wrong. It's rotten. So I pulled out the bottle and I opened it up and I had to stick my finger inside of it, but there is a piece of glitter. To sending this to a food safety testing lab, and I think it's like $300. I'm willing to send this to be tested.
Yeah,
Why is that?
I feel like I haven't met her yet, and just kind of the last line of her saying that I harassed her just didn't make me uncomfortable, because I never set out to harass anybody, and I think that's like a little bit delusional to say something like that.
She says that
Jesus Christ, Allie. You coming here to fight? God damn. Right to her face, too. Good God. On TV? Whew.
She says that she didn't harass you.
I think it's delusional to send a sample to a laboratory after you stuck your finger in it.
Pardon? What line of thinking is that? Checkmate. Why would you send this sample of my hazardous sauce to a lab? You contaminated it with your finger. Of course now it's going to be inedible. You've ruined the sauce. And the lab results are going to show it. All of that mercury and botulism, well, that's from your finger. You absolute harpy. You're sabotaging my business, and stop harassing me.
Label, you know, when you make a USDA label, you have to put in batch numbers, because if something were to be recalled, you have to be able to trace it down to the salt and pepper that is in something.
Actually, right.
So if something...
She's right.
Not to cut you off, but to cut you off. So you didn't see the video because you follow me, right?
Well, I want to hear Allie. I'm
Yeah,
gonna give
absolutely.
You, a
You
chance
had your time to talk, so just let me have mine.
That was that was a straight fact, though.
If it does have
there's not even a point to argue.
You see all these concerns. You saw it. You could have contacted me, and I could have turned around. And I'm not a hateful person. I could have been like, "Wow, Chef P contacted me."
So you're saying that you contacted me?
No, I'm saying you
I
didn't
never
contact
received.
me.
Okay, but why would I contact someone who's fabricating something on the internet?
nothing.
You're
Fabricating
not, to be
what?
honest, you're not special. You're not special, okay? So why should I lose my mind and
what are they clapping for?
approach you directly when you're...
Doesn't this contradict what she said earlier? Oh, we already knew all the people that got bad batches and we handled it privately to make sure, you know, I offered extra sauce to make up for it. And this immediately goes against what she's saying, which is why that lady brought it up. What are you talking about? Ooh. You literally said yourself you knew the people that got bad shit and you wanted to make it right by offering like a sauce or this and that, like you reached out to them, but she is saying you didn't to her, which is why she brought it up. Oh my god. And now she's like getting, oh, you're not special. Why would I do that? Fuck you.
Could have reached out to me like, hey girl, you know what? I see what you're doing, it's amazing and all. I'm a supporter, but I think you should look into this. Take this step. Did you research this? Did you check out your packaging there?
Why would she do that? She is not your goddamn manager. Oh, what? Hey, I should run this business for you, is what it sounds like, is what you're expecting her to do. Oh my god. That is literally your job to do, though, as a manufacturer of the food. Is the food safe to eat? Like, can I eat this? What do you mean? Why does she have to tell you if she can eat it? Like, I don't even understand. Like, what are they clapping for?
Versus trying to tear down my business and my livelihood. You could have contacted me directly,
Can you receive that?
Yeah, and
you keep saying that I should have reached out.
Can you receive that? My man. What? She's making a good point here. Have you thought about running her business for her? Did you even consider offering? No? Well, then why are you making TikTok videos about it? Lab testing to ensure it's safe? Why? Why? This is crazy. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. The audience is clapping for this. Oh my god.
Out to you, but
she reviewed your product.
I'm gonna touch your hand when
and made it safe, or tested to see if it was safe.
That you're not special, I meant that as you're not special as far as someone trying to hurt me. Use different topics to build their platforms. That's all I'm saying.
What are you clapping? What are you clapping for?
I think at the end of the day, I think this is a moment of reflection.
Absolutely, and I think it's a moment of learning on both parts.
I think the learning is more on your part.
Yes.
Okay.
And
oh my. Oh goodness. Oh my. Oh my goodness. What? 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 Where am I? What dimension are we in right now? They haven't even brought up the lab results on whether or not it's safe, which she did the testing for. Why are we not focusing on it? You shipped material that can't be shipped, and it's spoiled for almost all of your customers. Was rotten. And you're just mad at her for pointing it out and getting it tested? Oh my god. This is actually kind of wild. I also hate this, by the way. What an insufferable asshole. It takes a special kind of douchebag to do shit like this and be so condescending. I forgive you. I meant you're not special because you're not hurting me. I can't stand that. That attitude is the absolute worst. The fact that she would do that shamelessly is so baffling. On TV, in front of everyone, in front of God too. And even he's frowning about this one.
Her business, her livelihood, her safety is being affected now. And these are things that we don't...
What about the customer safety?
This moment is for you
on
to
if it's safe to
realize
eat.
Your power is really in what you're saying.
I want to hear that one more time.
The video that you did for that second, the follow-up video, had ripple effects that you have to acknowledge is there. Because if it was on the other foot, you'd be sitting here upset, crying, mad, if you had to move every week because you and your child were in danger.
Absolutely.
So you're blaming her. Her pretty fair review. Like, she was super nice. She was super nice in her review. So you're blaming her for Chef P's getting doxxed. Did Allie do it? Was she behind it? Is she the anonymous hacker known as 4chan? Karamo can't be serious here. Holy shit. That is so crazy. No, the comments aren't on this guy's side. Like, in YouTube comments, you expect to see the dumbest takes ever, but not even here. All of them are saying, wow, this is absolutely fucking stupid. And they're very disappointed in Karamo. Yeah, all the comments are against him as well, by the way. To blame her for Chef P getting, like, harassed and all that. Of course, the harassment and all of that is terrible, like the doxing, the threats and all that. Yeah, everyone can agree that's super fucked up. You know who didn't do that? The lady who gave her an almost favorable review by saying, like, I support the small businesses. I'm sure she didn't do this maliciously. I'm gonna get it tested just to be completely safe. This and that. Like, it's not her fault. I don't know why he's blaming her. Or slyly pointing the finger at her. It seems like he really wants to spread a positive message, but did it in the worst way possible here by blaming the victim. She received a bottle of spoiled pink sauce. Case closed. Why is she being attacked for pointing it out and taking steps to ensure that it was safe? Atozi did an interview with the Lord Beauty about the lab results. Oh, cool. They didn't even bring up the lab results. For some reason, that wasn't even a topic here. They didn't touch on how dangerous it was, and they didn't touch on what the lab results showed. I'm super curious. I can't imagine that got a glowing review from the lab that she sent it out to, so let's take a peek. Because every food safety expert that weighed in on pink sauce all openly condemned it. I imagine the lab results she must have gotten are not good. And that would be pretty important information for customers of the pink sauce, I would think. Though I don't think she's selling it anymore. She did talk about the results, but just said the university did a minor check. It only takes 2 hours for room temperature milk to be unsafe. Yeah. Apparently there is some kind of preservative you can put in, like, milk in order to keep it safe for a longer period of time, but I don't believe it was present in the pink sauce. The main concern a lot of food critics focused on was raw honey and how dangerous that can be when improperly maintained, because that can lead to botulism. Honey doesn't spoil. Honey actually stays good forever, but when it's mishandled... Here, I'll bring it up. I'll bring up the article, because I was reading about it myself. Honey is one of the main things that can cause botulism. With raw honey in particular, which the pink sauce used. Yep, it's why you don't give it to infants. It's not super common. I don't want anyone to think botulism's like a super common thing. It's not. It's just possible. Like, that's when it can happen. Like, if you're going to get botulism, it's probably going to be from very hot and improperly maintained honey. But botulism's a super serious thing. That's what we watched on that Chubby Emu video a while ago with the gas station nachos. It happened from the cheese being too hot. Or, no, the cheese sitting for too long. Caused botulism, which led to 8 people contracting botulism. And what happens in botulism is it, like, basically severs your nerves. So it causes paralysis in some people. There's different levels to it, of course, but... like, the more extreme one can lead to death because it basically just, it basically just kills you, like, outright. It starts by, like, targeting your nervous system or something. I'm a little spotty on how it works now. But botulism is a lot like Botox. I believe they use the same, like, bacteria to destroy the nerves. So that way it freezes. Damn, it's been like 2 years since we watched that video, and I still haven't touched gas station food since.
6. But by far the most lethal toxin known to mankind is botulinum toxin, which is commercially sold as Botox.
Yep.
62 nanograms is all it takes to make you dead, about the same weight as 62 of your body's cells. It's
so botulism's just not something you fuck with.
Times more toxic than hydrogen cyanide, but only very tiny fractions of that lethal dose are used in commercial Botox.
Yeah, botulism is not something you take lightly. I still wonder who thought to inject that shit. I can tell you exactly how they came up with it. I believe it was also in the Chubby Emu video. Because that toxin hits your nerves, when you use it on like your face, it just paralyzes the nerves, so it freezes. Thus, it gives you that appearance of younger skin because now it's not wrinkling anymore. That's how it came about. That's from milk? No, that's from... the most common source is honey. Which is why the whole pink sauce thing was such a huge deal. For the honey in particular that was being shipped hot, wrapped in only tissue paper across state lines. So can you not die from botulism like going to the hospital, or once you have it is a game over? You can survive botulism. There's different levels to it. Example again, in the Chubby Emu video, one of the people that contracted botulism from the gas station nachos survived, but I think they spent 6 months paralyzed. No, botulism is super scary to me as well. Like I said, since watching that Chubby Emu video, because I didn't know any of this, since watching that, I have not touched gas station food. Nothing. Not even like the wrapped and stored products, nothing. I don't touch gas station food anymore. I eat honey every morning. I eat peanut butter and honey sandwich every single morning. Honey itself isn't dangerous. Please don't get it twisted. But the pink sauce honey being shipped over state lines, being kept hot and wrapped in tissue paper is bad. And can lead to botulism. That is the whole point. That is what the food safety experts were weighing heavily on. I know it's been over a week now, which means that this has already been forgotten by almost everyone on the internet, but I can't stop thinking about pink sauce. This is just the perfect storm of absolute lunacy, that it's just still consuming my thoughts. I'm sure you all know what pink sauce is by now, but just in case, I'll give you the quickest possible breakdown. It was a viral sauce started by a TikTok chef, and she started bottling and selling it, and there was just so much wrong with it, from spelling mistakes on the bottle to actually carrying a risk of botulism to anyone that would consume it. Pink sauce is probably like the most detrimental substance on this planet for your health. It's probably safer to eat gas station shrimp out of a used toilet. There is just so many health concerns around pink sauce that it blows my mind anyone even bothered trying. She used ingredients like milk and raw honey and didn't take any measures to refrigerate it or preserve it. There were no preservatives in it, and would ship it across state lines, so by the time people got their sauce, it was rancid, spoiled, and looked like an actual fucking crime scene put into a bottle. I swear to God, you could eat an entire block of uranium and it still wouldn't do as much damage to your body as trying pink sauce would. Just an absolute disaster, but I can't stop thinking about it. So, against my better judgment, and against the basic survival instinct of human beings, I decided to try and order it. But unfortunately, there must have been some kind of divine intervention because I can't order it. She's no longer selling it. I don't know if it's because it's sold out or if there's a health official stepping in to prevent her from killing people with pink sauce. I don't really know. But I've been unable to actually get my hands on pink sauce officially. Now don't get it twisted, I wasn't getting pink sauce with the intention of actually eating it. That's like putting a gun in your mouth. So I wasn't doing that. We wanted to get pink sauce because we had the idea of taking it to a lab and having scientists analyze it and see what's actually going on in there. You know, I imagine we'd find botulism or, you know, this is definitely like a playground for salmonella. We just thought it would be fun to analyze the pink sauce in a lab to see what all the fuck is living inside of there, bacteria, diseases, and all of that. But unfortunately, we couldn't get the official pink sauce, so we did the next best thing. We followed her ingredients, her recipe, to make pink sauce ourselves.
You mean the bowl? Wait, this is actually really impressive.
Well, we actually could just use the PDQ ranch. If you pull up what people get with this color, it's the exact same.
You're good with some? Yeah.
Oh, that'll pick it out real nice.
Yeah, let's make sure you give me a good look at it before you go.
Bon appetit. Bon appetit. So we're doing pink sauce today. The lady still isn't in jail yet, so we might as well like take advantage of like the secret recipe here for the Krabby Patty formula. We got, I think, everything that she uses. Caleb assembled the ingredients. He's the one that has the directions, but we're gonna try and spitball it and see if we can kind of get close.
So the directions are non-existent, but I have the order of ingredients based on the bottle.
Do you have any semblance of what it's supposed to be, taste like?
Flavor profile.
I understand. It's like a pink ranch. Remember how like they came out with that purple ketchup in like 2006 or like a thing?
It was green too.
Yeah. Jimmy Neutron. They had him on the ketchup bottle.
That was some good shit. We can do some prep. You want to scoop out some dragon fruit?
Yeah. Look at that cross section. What do you want? Give me the dog bowl. That one.
Wait, this is actually really impressive.
It's not my first time with the dragon fruit.
That was incredible. Show the camera. Do you mind if I pick this up with my hand?
Are your hands clean?
They are.
Alright, yeah, that's fine.
Wow. Is that too much water?
No, that's plenty of water.
Let me see. Yes.
No. What do you know about pink sauce?
I saw the video and it's thick. It's not runny.
Well, you don't know how much we're trying to make.
Alright, so then dragon fruit goes in.
He said dragon fruit's first, right? And Caleb says no. And then he just dumps it in anyway.
Take it out.
Great work. I don't see an issue of when the dragon fruit goes in, just to be honest with you. The bigger issue here is there is nothing in front of us that's some sort of coagulant. Yeah, it'll thicken it up.
Because the raw honey is literally the third ingredient.
Gotcha. Yep.
That's probably about like 2 tablespoons.
Now,
right.
You are giving her credit in thinking she's putting it in the right order.
That's what I'm going to say.
She faked her numbers and ingredients.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. She did.
This, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I got vinegar, not vinegar.
There you go. Bud,
how much of this you think?
I think it's.
Let's just see how much comes out when I do that. That's probably good.
What do you want to mix it with? You want your waffler?
Yeah, I'll use the waffler.
I knew you would.
Wow, that's not really getting it. That's fine.
That's nice.
It smells good.
Still big.
Whoa,
I'm going hyperdrive.
Don't get too crazy here. Okay, what was next?
Still bigger.
Where is it?
Yeah, where is that?
Still bigger.
Where did you put it?
I didn't move bigger.
I didn't see
We haven't touched anything on the counter.
Well, it wasn't here.
Check your car.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably gonna be good now. Nice 95-degree vinegar sitting in the car. We could substitute it with like Tums. I saw we have Tums.
Those are almost the same thing.
Yeah, it's like an antacid.
I will stand by the fact that there is still nothing here that will turn this into a sauce. Okay, let's move on without vinegar.
Well, we actually could just use the PDQ ranch because it's speculated uses mayonnaise.
Go grab some. Go grab some.
It might be worth.
So we're just using ranch to start it. It's like our bread sourdough starter.
Yeah, it's the catalyst.
There we go. Mind if I mix it in there?
Yeah, whisk it a little bit. I'm gonna do a slow pour here so that way we don't have any kind of like umami overload.
Not getting an umami overload.
That smells like vinegar. It smells pretty cool.
It does not smell like vinegar.
I think it does.
It smells like ranch and honey.
I disagree. Whoa, we just had a real big chemical reaction there.
It's disgusting.
You guys will love it.
No, it's gonna turn out well.
It's gonna blow your mind. You know the crazy thing, this is what she does.
I know.
And then she ships it across the country.
This actually is the same color as what people receive right now. If you pull up what people get with this color, it's the exact same. So it's we're actually kind of close.
Well, that's good.
Just put that in.
Put some salt in for flavor.
Crack a little more. That's pretty good. Ginger is good for you.
That is salt.
Oh, that's not salt. Or ginger.
Have you ever seen a glass vial of ginger that you could crack?
I thought I was just behind on the times.
Is your whole body like it? Like if you put it on your face, would it go on your face?
I turned around for 3 seconds. Why was there laughs? Oh, I don't think we need to cut garlic anymore. This smells terrible.
It just smells like garlic now.
Yeah, that's a lot of garlic. I'll do a dash of lemon juice. I don't like lemons. Well, what if I just like squeeze really hard?
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Okay. Okay.
Let me get a squeeze. You remember in Austin when we did the grip strength?
Yeah.
That's where this comes in handy.
Well, I did.
Are we trying to make it explode?
No, we just need to get it to come out.
Yeah, it's got to pop at the top.
I'm so scared.
Oh, you gave up so quick. Yeah, that's what I like to see.
Ah! No, alright. Should be good. It's a sprinkler. Is that good?
Yeah, it's probably good. So it's probably time for the dragon.
I think so.
And you definitely don't have to like cut them up or anything. I think just the full dragon fruit is what.
Well, that's why you use the waffle.
Oh, okay, yeah, waffle it.
Oh! You want to do one? That was pretty satisfying.
Yeah, I want to give that a try.
That felt great.
That was cool.
Everybody should get to experience that feeling.
Wait, so what makes it pink?
Because for us, neon pink food dye.
In Charlie's video, it was like neon pink.
It literally looks like
yeah,
pepper.
and
I think it's the botulism that makes it pink.
Probably.
Yeah. Wait, do you guys use everything already?
Now it just says dried spices, and we have spice rack.
We need to spice it up.
Oh, that's why it's not looking like a sauce.
And then before that, it's pink Himalayan salt. You guys?
We did do some pink Himalayan.
Okay.
All right, take your pick. They say what they are here.
Oh, it needs rosemary.
There it is. There's cayenne and chili powder. But I'm just gonna move those over here.
Yeah, let's just get a little pizza sauce or pizza spice in there.
All right, so obviously we've made like a vinaigrette for a salad.
Yeah.
So we gotta pump this up. I think we go a little more honey.
Okay.
I think it needs to be thicker.
Absolutely.
You're on the right track.
We're gonna need a powder.
Do we have like
Cornstarch.
Cornstarch is really what we need. I can promise you we don't have it. Let's get it colored.
Oh, we're gonna color it first? Is that safe? What is that?
This is, neon pink food color.
We can do G Fuel if you want.
What if it came out that she actually uses Divine Peach G Fuel for pink sauce? We don't have another powder in this whole place, so we're gonna use this.
Yeah.
You good with some?
Yeah, just dump it in.
Oh, that'll think
yeah.
real nice.
Oh, that just really...
That's a good color.
That just brought out the pink a lot. I was concerned about botulism with the initial pink sauce, and now I'm concerned about it with artisanal too.
That's a sign. That's a sign of good cream cheese.
Yeah, don't let me have all the fun. That cream cheese is going for a ride.
I'm not gonna lie, the cream cheese made it smell a little better. I think it's starting to thicken up.
There's just no cream cheese chunks. It's not.
Every time I spin it, it splashes on me.
Try the whisk.
Well,
baking soda.
what if we're already there? We haven't even tasted it yet.
Hey, Caleb came back just in time.
Like, we could already be on the cusp of pink sauce and not even know it.
All right, get a spoonful. Yeah, let's make sure you give me a good look at it before you go in.
Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
Oh, wow.
Why? Throw me a French fry, Chelsea. Charlie, give it a little.
It's not even the taste, bro. It's the texture.
I think it's the garlic. I think what happened is just that.
Because you use a fucking spoon. You got chunks of cream cheese.
Oh my god.
Let's give it a dip and a little. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
Give it a little.
almost isn't.
Whoa! Oh, it's not nearly as bad as it's yeah, I mean, once you get by that. Oof, it doesn't taste good though.
What do you got going on here?
I'm just messing with the levels a little bit, you know, getting a little wacky with it. Dragon fruit meat.
I guarantee ours actually tastes better than hers though.
Well, hers is sat in the mail for 4 days and curdles by the time it gets to you.
Yeah, where'd my scoop?
Well, do we know where she's from? We should see if we can go
Miami.
get some straight from the source. Oh,
She's from Miami.
wait! Oh, we should go get some literally like right when she makes it.
Why have we not had her out? We're not loving the sauce enough. What's next?
Well, I don't know what you put in there.
Nope. Water, chili powder, honey, lemon juice. Yeah, I did.
Does she like maybe bake it a bit?
That actually just looks like dressing.
It does. Like I said, there's got to be some sort of thickening agent in there. Mayo instead of milk would do a lot, I feel like, which we can put in another ranch. I think that actually does help. But look at that. That's more... You see how it kind of does nothing different?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's about to. We just needed one more.
Oh, that's big. We're like two Minecraft villagers cooking. The only powder we have in here, because I didn't think about the fact that your G Fuel is meant to be water soluble, whereas this...
Is that a lot of baking soda?
Say Ryan, the fucking 2012 references.
It's actually the perfect amount of baking soda. Oh.
So what happens now with that?
It is much thicker.
No, it absolutely is.
I think you guys are getting close. You guys have, like a chef, you have to taste it, see what it needs.
Yeah, just pinkies.
Yeah, just take a little.
Here, I'm not using pinkies.
A little
try. It's a good thing we have people coming in tonight. The kitchen will be nice and clean.
Hey, I can't even bite down on that. That like hurts.
What does it need, man?
What did you put in there this time? Why is that one like spicy?
That's the baking soda.
Well, I don't like that. Our first batch was better.
No, it wasn't. Just different.
That one like hurt my tongue.
Yeah, that's the baking soda we're tasting. For sure.
Can you make toothpaste out of baking soda, like homemade toothpaste?
Yeah, it's safe for you. Like, don't be alarmed.
It's just not a typical sauce ingredient.
Right. I want to know what she actually puts in it.
It's gotta be mayo. I'm telling you right now, it's just gotta be a bunch of mayo.
Yeah. Because this is much closer to the viscosity and everything, but it doesn't taste great.
I actually would be surprised if it was just globs of mayo with food coloring.
You're not wrong.
And then the reason why it's so runny is because it fucking superheats in the mail.
Alright, well that was fun. Great work.
Yeah, we tried. No one has the touch like Chef P.
Chef who?
P.
P. Nice. Alright, well, thanks.
Hey, thanks for the shit ingredients. I bet you thought this story was over, but what if I told you that this is only the beginning of the pink sauce saga? I've made a couple videos about pink sauce, as did everyone else in the world, because it really captivated us. A truly fascinating disaster. Pink sauce was the recipe a TikTok chef was peddling on TikTok and then selling herself. Shipping all of these raw ingredients across state lines, and when they finally arrived to consumers, it was rotten, rancid, and probably the most detrimental thing you could put in your body next to cyanide. Getting a goddamn acid bomb in the mail probably would have been safer for your health than getting pink sauce delivered to you. But it caught on. It was such a big viral thing that it eventually got picked up by a major food brand that now has put it in Walmart. Isn't that just joyful? I have to imagine this would be like the start of I Am Legend if this is the original pink sauce formula. Like, it's all in Walmart, the formula's the same, people start consuming it, and then we all turn into these fucking zombie vampire things and the world goes to shit. Like, this is where the plague begins. Of course, I think there's a 0% chance that the food brand that purchased this, the food brand is called Dave's Gourmet Sauces, I cannot imagine they just let it ride as it stood originally. This has to be like the 2.0 version where you can actually eat it without instantly dying. So this is probably going to be safe to consume, but I still find that to be so wild that she got rewarded for basically creating poison that she was shipping to TikTok customers. Now, not only is the product itself just absolutely awful, but she herself is absolutely awful. I already made a video going over that unwatchably embarrassing interview she did where she's directly confronting a critic of hers who I wouldn't even consider a critic. It was more just a concerned consumer who bought it and then got a little questionable with the bottle and the way it was packaged, since there was no refrigeration for a lot of these raw ingredients, which had now turned completely spoiled. So she sent it to a lab for testing just to ensure that she could safely eat it. And she talked about, you know, what was going on. And then on this show, the two of them sat down to talk to each other, and the pink sauce lady was extremely combative and hostile and just unbelievably rude to her, when the lady herself was actually very generous with everything and pretty sweet about all of it. But it wasn't just that one interview. The pink sauce lady made numerous videos attacking anyone that had even the lightest bit of criticism for her product, even those that just rightfully pointed out some huge, glaring, obvious issues, such as the food label being completely wrong on every possible account. There's just a multitude of things that were a complete catastrophe about this thing, and yet she still found herself in a, I imagine, multi-million-dollar deal with this food brand and now has this piece of shit product on the shelves of Walmart. You see pink sauces at Walmart now? Yeah. I mean, this isn't surprising. We all knew this was coming. I told you guys this was happening. I don't know why so many people got caught off guard. She signed a deal with a huge foods producer. I forgot who it is. In order to put pink sauce in Walmart. This was like 6 months ago. I'm actually surprised it took this long. Does it have a real voice crack? Does it have a real nutrition label now? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure what they're selling is an actual consumable version of it that won't kill you. But, you know, how about I just look up the company that's producing it for her? Because it's not her. She's not making it. They just took her name. Dave's Gourmet Sauces. In August 17th, Dave's Gourmet Sauces acquired Pink Sauce in order to distribute it. So they're the ones that's taking it over. So they produce it, they put it in Walmart, and I imagine it's actually consumable. I don't imagine they're still selling a biological weapon like it used to be. How do trends even catch on like this? Because it was so outrageous, people couldn't help but laugh at it and then get curious and buy it. And then delusional companies like Dave's Gourmet Sauces see it and think of potential customers. Kind of like how Morbius, like the team, I already forgot who produced Morbius. I think it was Warner Bros. How Warner Bros. Got gaslit into putting Morbius back in theaters because of the memes, thinking that they'd make money on it, and then they just lost even more money again. Sony. It was Sony. Thanks. But yeah. I think that's still a great example. That's exactly what happened with Pink Sauce. Dave's Gourmet saw how much buzz Pink Sauce was generating. They're like, damn, this is going to go fucking huge in Walmart. And I hope it flops. I feel like it will. It's a stale, dank meme now. No one really gives a fuck. It's run its course. Now it can just wither away on the shelves of Walmart. And Dave's can feel real dumb. No, it's not the same Pink Sauce, so no one's going to get sick and die from it this time. Unless Dave is truly just an actual madman and he's like, you know what? Chef P, come on over here. I want you to make the exact same formula. I want all the rotten ingredients and we're putting it on the shelf. I don't see a world where he did that, but maybe. What if it's a delicious sauce now? Well, then it can still suck the dirtiest part of my ass. The lady behind it is such an asshole. I can't stand her. The way she treated like a really nice lady who was just being even remotely critical of her product is unforgivable. She does not deserve the success she found through this. Fucking poisoning people and then also being an arrogant douchebag about it. That doesn't deserve to be rewarded. So fuck Dave too for giving her that deal. That's a garbage take. People can change. Bro, this was a month ago. She went on a talk show with the lady who criticized her and just kept insulting her. And even had the gall to grab her hand and be like, I forgive you. She's just such an asshole. Yeah, I'm sure she had a total overhaul of her personality in a fucking month.
If something were to be recalled, you have to be...
Who's fabricating something on the internet.
But nothing was fabricated.
To be honest, you're not special. You're not special.
Yeah.
Okay? So
And then clapping for it, yikes.
I lose my mind and approach you directly when you're fabricating something on the internet. So
Was just getting lab results to make sure that the pink sauce was safe for consumption. That's what this is all about. In fact, that lady that she's attacking here is super wholesome. All she did was send it to a lab to try and get results to make sure that it was edible because the one she received was completely rotten and rancid. And this is her response to it. You're not special. Why would I reach out to you about this situation to make sure that you're, like, okay and safe and the food's safe for consumption? USDA labels? You're just a fucking liar. You fabricated everything. And she eventually grabs her hand, talking about forgiving her.
I meant, and also, and I'm gonna touch your hand when I say this.
Ugh.
When I said that you're not special, I meant that as you're not special as far as someone trying to hurt me. So I didn't take it as a direct insult because...
Yeah, she just doesn't deserve the success she found. She sucks. I already made a whole video about this interview with the pink sauce lady. I still think it's one of the hardest ones to sit through because of the pure delusion and just the holier-than-thou attitude about things. The woman, once again, was just testing the pink sauce to make sure that it was actually okay to eat, and the pink sauce lady takes it as a personal attack. Really, she should have been thanking her, because she was doing the pink sauce lady's job for her, to actually test the product that she's selling to make sure it can be consumed without causing some kind of, like, internal combustion of the human body. I'm already getting lost in that sauce again going over that interview because it still makes my blood boil. It is just so crazy, the arrogance of the pink sauce lady. But, moving on, a lot of people ask me, will I be trying the pink sauce, you know, for content? And the answer is no. I won't even be purchasing it as a joke. I just don't want to support it in any way whatsoever. I still think it is wrong that Dave's Gourmet Sauces even picked it up in the first place. It got popular because she made poison. Like, how the fuck could you, as a food producer, see that and be like, that's what we need. That's what we need under our umbrella. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And if the person behind it was a little less of an asshole, maybe then I'd be a lot more, like, charitable with my understanding of this. Like, oh, maybe it was a great idea that she just didn't have the capability to follow through on with the vision, and it led to all of these problems. So now that she's got a brand backing her, maybe it'll be good, and, you know, she's always been a great person. But that's not the case here. Everything she's ever shown from her personality is hostility and rudeness, and a condescending tone to everyone around her. So no, I don't really want to be buying pink sauce even for the joke of it. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this because, man, what a silly set of circumstances. That's about it. So yeah. Chef P is the mad scientist behind the pink sauce sludge that took the world by storm last year. A concoction so foul, I really thought there was a chance we'd see the sequel to COVID with this one. I really thought if people ate the pink sauce, they'd just start dropping dead from botulism, and I think we were pretty close. But luckily, a hero swooped in called Dave's Gourmet that purchased pink sauce from Chef P and vowed to actually make it edible and not poisonous. So, Pink Sauce Lady was able to take a disaster with this sauce and find success through Dave's Gourmet, who then put it in Walmarts across the United States. However, since then, Chef P has made unbelievably, incomprehensibly bad decisions. I think she is so bad at business that she will be studied for the next 100 years for how hard she has fumbled this whole thing, and she just continues to make it worse. She just gets worse and worse. I've made like 2 updates to her story over the last year because it's just... the clown show never stops with her. She had the GoFundMe recently, and now she's waged a very public war against Dave's Gourmet, claiming they defrauded her. She acknowledges that Dave's Gourmet did pay her $120,000, but she fucking blew that all on Airbnbs and hotels, apparently, I guess. It's such a wacky story, but she's saying that Dave's Gourmet is a bunch of scoundrels that, you know, took money and didn't pay her what she was owed, this and that. And Dave's Gourmet has now responded to all the claims with their information about what the terms of their agreement were, the payments, and all of that in order to combat the claims that Chef P is waging against them. Now, I went over it on stream, but I couldn't pull up the official response from Dave's Gourmet for some reason. So instead, I got just the bullet point breakdown from a LiveJournal account, which, side note, I had no idea LiveJournal still existed. It was like seeing an old friend. Such a blast from the fucking past to see that LiveJournal still exists. Okay, so here, they're just breaking down. Dave's Gourmet revealed that Veronica received $45,000 up front for purchasing the pink sauce brand from her. It was agreed that she would be responsible for handling all refunds to customers who received bad product or didn't receive anything despite paying for it prior to the partnership. After the agreement was signed, it turns out Miss Shaw did not have enough money to cover all refunds, so Dave's Gourmet gave her another $30,000 to cover refunds, even though it was not their responsibility. In fall of 2022, Shaw was struggling financially, so Dave's Gourmet provided Shaw with multiple cash advances that totaled more than $40,000. They did not charge her any interest or fees. These advances were supposed to be offset by the future royalties that Shaw was going to earn. Oh my god. She requested a $10,000 marketing expense to throw herself a birthday party to maybe be featured on TikTok. She also requested they pay for her dress $800 and shoes $600. She's insane. She's an actual lunatic. That is so quirky. And now she goes on TikTok daily talking about how Dave fucked her. Now she can't afford to have a house or feed her children, even though they were more than generous here. Like, extremely generous. I don't know how you blow through all of that money in the matter of 6 months, but that is shameful. Shaw attempted to submit business expense reports for personal expenses like buying 4 pairs of sneakers or expensing her grocery bills. Dave's Gourmet informed her that such activities were fraudulent. How dumb is she? How can someone actually be that dumb? Dave's Gourmet is not your dad. Like, he's not just going to cover every single one of your bills just because he bought your fucking scam-ass pink sauce, your biological weapon that you were bottling. He bought your revolting potion for some reason, which was a terrible business decision from Dave's Gourmet to begin with, and now she's just trying to suck as much juice out of the tank as she can here. What in the world? And yeah, no, she blew through all of this in like 6 months. She went live talking about, here, I'll just pull up her TikTok again. Talking about how she's homeless, can't feed her children, and Dave's Gourmet, the $120,000 they gave her was in installments, and she spent it all on Airbnbs and hotels. I guess she literally went into diamond and gold-plated Airbnbs in order to spend that much in 6 months. But she is beyond irresponsible. She has only herself to blame for everything that's happened here. Is this? This is a piece of it, but I don't think it's the whole thing. Is this where she talks about it?
Long story short, these people defrauded me. So I would have to sue them for fraud because it's not only the calculation of the royalty, but it's everything else.
Everything else, like paying for your birthday party of $10,000 plus, including your dress and shoes. Because she started the GoFundMe, which for some reason Kyrie Irving donated $24,000 to. Actual brain dead decision. But I mean, money means nothing to him. So she'll get to throw herself another birthday party with that money and then complain again on TikTok Live. Oh, I'm not lying. Here, look. If you go to her GoFundMe, which is still up, you can see the donations. Kyrie Irving is right here. $24,240 a month ago. He's sugar daddying her. So that money's going right in the shitter. That's going to be maybe like 5 pairs of shoes that she's going to blow that one on, I guess. She actually got to experience some of the luckiest set of circumstances a human being can have. Just in her kitchen, cooking up some wicked alchemy, makes the pink sauce, it goes viral on TikTok, people buy it out the ass, and she delivers poison. She basically tries to assassinate people via postage with their pink sauce. And then even in spite of that, she was able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat by getting bought by Dave's Gourmet. And then she still fumbled that. It's impressive. It's actually impressive.
So first of all, I want to acknowledge this $120,000.
I like that she puts it in quotes, even though that's exactly what it was.
The blog saying that they paid me. So number one, it wasn't an upfront payment of $120,000 straightforward. It was sent to me partially. I don't know if it blocked out right there because the low battery thing came. But they were partial payments, and then also a huge chunk of that money went towards me paying for Airbnb and paying for hotels because, mind y'all, I was homeless for 6 months.
So that's where all of the money apparently went, which I think is impossible. Even if you chose the top line Airbnbs and hotels, You would not blow through $120,000 fucking dollars in 6 months. It just wouldn't happen. That is unbelievably reckless. So that is a blatant, bold-faced lie. Shaw communicated that she had spent the entirety of her previous advances and that she needed another advance to feed her children and to avoid being evicted. Dave's Gourmet sent her 2 advances that totaled $5,000. This seems... Honestly, everything that's happened with this lawsuit makes Dave's Gourmet seem like a fucking saint. Like an absolutely beautiful place and business partner. They just keep giving her money because they're buying into her lies. She is not spending shit on her children or anything besides herself. And they keep sending her money. And then she keeps being such an asshole to them. She had a party on a yacht and tried to flex on TikTok. No way. There's just no shot she had a party on a yacht. Let me see. Now I have to check that claim. I don't even think she'd be that dumb. Because Dave Gourmet would see that. Another thing she whined about was that she had to do or pay for all the marketing herself. But here, let me give you a peek at her super expensive marketing for the pink sauce. Just take a video of pink sauce on some food. Nothing else. Actually, nothing else. So that cost $0. Yeah, I don't see the yacht you're referring to, though. In June of 2023, Shaw submitted an expense report to Dave's Gourmet that included requests for payment for her time dedicated to making social media content. Such requests were outside of the terms of the agreement. Dave's Gourmet then asked for clarifications related to the various expenses listed by Shaw, but backups, receipts, and explanations were not provided. What a shocking development there. She didn't provide any proof of the things she was claiming the money was being used on. Not because it wasn't being used by what she was saying, just because, fuck you. Why don't you trust her? Ms. Shaw had certain obligations in her contract related to social media activities that she violated multiple times, but Dave's Gourmet chose not to enforce them as to not create a strained relationship. I didn't think she could make herself look like more of an asshole than the time she was on the Karamo show interview, where she condescendingly talked to that lady who was just concerned about her health with pink sauce. But yet somehow she found a way. She looks like an even bigger asshole now. This company did not even force her to abide by the contract she signed because they didn't want to have a bad relationship with her. And then she goes and burns the bridge anyway publicly. She started all of this, by the way. It wasn't Dave's Gourmet. She is the one that blew the lid off of this with all the hoopla. In total, Veronica Shaw received over $120,000 in payments from her partnership with Dave's Gourmet and Pink Sauce since August of 2022 to date. Dave's Gourmet offered to pay her attorney fees to go over her contract and make sure all payments she has received are in fact correct, but she declined. She's just been brain rotted by TikTok. She really thinks if she just whines and cries on TikTok, somehow the big bad Dave's Gourmet is going to give her even more money that she doesn't deserve. They did so much for her. Far more than any reasonable, sane person or company would ever do for somebody. And it still wasn't enough for her gluttony. That pink sauce was toxic to her mind. She truly got lost in the sauce.